I've been with a Chinese guy for 10 years. It's boring. No, I'm kidding. Hi,
I'm Augustine, I'm 35 and I'm a pastry chef.
Hi, I'm Bas. I'm 37. I'm a small business owner and I'm also a freelance fitness instructor.
I'm Sarian, I'm 37 this year. I'm in the service industry and I'm enjoying life right now. So first, how was it like when you came up to your parents?
So I came up to my mom and my younger sister. I was 28 years old and I just finished my career with the military. And I thought it's time that they should know, like they should hear it from me, right? My mom was fresh out of a divorce at that point of time. So when I decided to come out to her, and what I did not expect was drama. Is that like she started crying and started wailing, and my perspective was I thought someone who was fresh out of a divorce would probably understand me better because she's vulnerable, and I was also being very vulnerable with her as a son. But she was not receiving it well. But I was thankful that I had my sister next to me because my sister was my cheerleader. So she was like, "You cry for what? He's still your someone." And then she also said something like, "End of the day, I'm gonna get married and I'm gonna go and make my own family. You know, end of the day, this man is the one who's gonna take care of you. So you better appreciate that. You know." So she said something along that line. I gave her some time to really take it in. She took a while. She took about 3 to 4 months to really, accept it. Fast forward to today, she's very open. She's best friends with my fiance.
Congrats.
Thank you. And she will cook at home. If my fiance don't come back home to eat, she'll get angry. So yes.
How about you, Augustine?
Me? Oh, yeah. I would say I'm a late bloomer. Only realized or came out even to myself after a failed marriage. Eventually, when I kind of hinted to my mom, I could see that she wasn't very pleased with the fact that I was seeing other men or looking at other men. It was just left at that. I knew my mom wasn't pleased about it. I was not going to try to advocate for her that you have to accept me for who I am. So I just left it be. As the years went on, I lived my life as I usually wanted to.
So, sorry, what was your experience like being Malay and gay?
Where do I start? Let's start with the basic. We have Grindr. I mean, it's a dating app for people like us, right? So there was once I always tell them I'm Malay, and then the O sets it all. I didn't know you were Malay. I don't speak to Mats.
No.
Yeah, and then the way it's spelled Mats is not M-A-T-S, it's M-U-D-S.
What? Is it still the same now?
For me now, I just put. So what happens is I just put my profile like you accept it or not. I'm just here to make friends and connections. That's it. Yeah. How about yourself, Bas? Like being Indian and gay and loud.
Sarah and I, we go long.
Yes.
Way back because we were in the same secondary school together, right? And then I think at that point in time we had IRC, right? So when you're really inquisitive about sexuality and you wanted to meet people and stuff, so this is the main platform that you go to. And it's not like how Grindr is where you show face and stuff like that. You start talking through just text messages like, "Hi, what's your intro?" And then when I respond with my age and with my height and my weight, and then the next question will come, "So what's your race?" And then when I say I am Indian, immediately the checkbox will be cancelled, like bang. As a very young 17, 18-year-old, 19-year-old, it's a big blow to me. I'm like, oh, okay, wow. So people don't want to talk to me because of my race. I started playing around with me being biracial, maybe. Probably like Indian, Portuguese mix. I don't know where Portuguese came from. But I sort of stole it from another Indian guy. Like this Indian guy, I'm like, bro, you look Indian, man. No, I'm Indian Portuguese mix. I'm like, you know what? I'll steal that from you. But it worked to a certain extent. It took me a long time. It took me a long time to be very comfortable with my own skin and with myself. And fast forward to today, I feel that the generation has really opened up in terms of the perspective of racism and acceptance, I would say. Yeah. So I don't really get that anymore. I would say, like, I think we have improved. So Augustine, you said that you're bisexual.
Yes.
How is that? Did that
So, whenever I swipe on Tinder or Grindr or wherever, you know, on both spectrums, there is definitely some form of discrimination or biasness against people of certain color, you know, but definitely more prevalent in the gay community.
Does racial preference constitute sexual racism?
It's a very blur line.
This is my personal experience. So I've never dated an Indian person myself. I question myself why. Daunted to me that, number one, when I grew up, I never had a very strong male figure in my family, and there were two. Number one, that's my dad, and he was never around. And number two, that's my uncle, who I love and adore today. But if he's seeing this, I used to fear him. And like whenever he comes into the house, he's like, "Hey!" And I'm like, I can pee my pants. You know. But today, he's the most lovable person in my life, and I love him to bits. Adding on to that, when I was young, I was bullied by Indian boys. Does that constitute the sexual racism? Was there an episode in their life that they experienced when they were young? For example, like when a young Chinese boy was not behaving and the mother tells him, if you don't behave, I will ask the Apu Nenek to catch you.
Oh wow.
And that will strike so deep into him, so that could be a reason.
Looking at what Bas actually mentioned about, you know, you grow up in an environment. When I grew up, right, I never had a chance to mix up with things with Malay guys. Because they will call me Pondan. Because when I was young, I was skinny, I couldn't play soccer for nuts. I wanted to join the guys for soccer. They say Pondan cannot play soccer. So I joined the Chinese group. So we play basketball. You know, we hit each other with balls and stuff, you know. Then as I progressed, right, I go to secondary school. My classmates are all mostly Chinese.
Right.
You do know, right? Yeah. So the reason I would say that why I have a preference for a certain race so is because my first ex, who's a Chinese guy, he made me love that culture. Two years into the relationship, brought me home and I say, "Mom, this is now your other son," and then you know things integrated, and then you have this love for that kind of culture. So I guess that's more of a preference, and then it grows on you. Yeah.
When it comes to sexual racism, it's very hard, I feel, to correct somebody because they want to get naked with this person, and it's a bit hard to say no. You cannot say no. You know?
Yeah.
Or have you tried before? Yeah.
So, with you, would you date a non-Chinese for? I know you are.
Yes.
Yeah, but would you date a non-Chinese?
My answer is yes. Yeah.
I guess you're not going to test it out, right?
I can't. Can I? But yeah, my answer is yes. Yeah. I want to answer it. So, okay, because I've experienced this before, so I want to ask you, you're good looking, but you're good looking for your race.
Oh yes. Oh, but it always starts with I don't mean to offend you.
Yeah.
The moment it says that, I get offended.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
If you want to compliment someone, just compliment someone for how they are.
Yeah.
I would just like, thanks, you too.
Okay. It's just down to me. Then the other aspect of it is objectifying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like people do tell me like, oh, you know, you're Indian, so you have a big dick. So I'm like, okay, not wrong.
I volunteer! I volunteer!
Alright, thank you for watching today's episode.
Hope you guys find it informative and entertaining.
And please like and subscribe Dear Straight People on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Bye!